Hey there everybody, Kosho619 here. Just wanted to go over some stuff about this. This is my friend's new Blade 150S. It just came out of the box. So I thought I'd make a video basically on how to set up a helicopter from Blade, or any helicopter basically, you know, as far as the manual's concerned, and a Spektrum radio. I'm going to be using an IX12, but this is basically the same for a DX6E, DX6, DX7, DX8G2, DX8E, DX9, DX18, DX20, IX12, and IX20. So we're going to cover all those. I'm not going to cover the DX6i, that's the only oddball. So we're going to be on this side of the page here, and essentially we're going to be looking at the heli model, which I've just set up in my transmitter, and you should know how to do that. And then from there we're going to move down these lines here, and we're going to set all of the adjustments. So first things first, let's get into the radio. Let's try to get this here going on. I'm going to set the manual down. So the first thing we're going to see here is you want your swash type to be normal. If you go into model setup here, basically you are in that swash plate type already, but we'll go ahead and take a look at it. And essentially you can see we're in normal, and that is a 90-degree normal setup, which is stated here as the swash type. So it's going to be that way default, but that's one thing to think about. We're going to go ahead and go into flight mode setup. You're going to find that in model setup, and we're going to go ahead and go to flight mode setup, proceed. We need to set up our hold switch. This is going to be hold switch H, and the position of hold is right there, so that is basically default. So we're going to go back. We are going to go to the next thing here on the list. You will see that gear is set to switch B. So we're going to go into channel assignment, and you can see that it says channel input configuration, channel assignment. That's where I'm at, channel input configuration. And give me a second here. We're going to be switch B for gear. So this is a day in the life. I'm not going to try to edit this or anything. I'm just going to show you that just have patience, go through the manual essentially, and we're gonna work through there. aux2 and everything, and channel configuration is left default, it looks like. Panic mode operation, panic mode is the I button, and that must be default in the gyro. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to move on to the frame rate. Back here, frame rate is at the top. I'm going to pick 11 milliseconds for this, and this has digital servo, so that's why it is 11 milliseconds. Compatibility is basically DSMX. We'll just tell it DSMX, and then basically you can go back. The next thing here is going to be the servo setup. We're going to go, and everything basically in the servo setup here is normal as far as the travel, and so basically that's default. Let's see here. So now we're going to go into this dual rate in Expo, and basically you can click on model adjust, dual rate in Expo. Here you can see we are at 100%. We're going to add, or we're going to make a, this is calling for a dual rate switch, so I'm going to show you how to do that. We're going to go here to flight mode, or switch F like they suggest, which is this switch right here, and it tells you. So basically switch F is right there. It says switch F. I'm going to put 25% in this now. So this is with the switch and 0 right here. Take it up to 20%. Well, actually says 25, sorry. Hit OK. Next, you have to do elevator along with that while you're in this switch position. It's going to be the same, so here we go, 25. You're going to hit OK. Next switch position is basically going to be the same. It's just in case you hit it twice. So again, every time you hit the switch in that position, now you're on switch F again here. Which gets confusing for even the Kosho. So again, 25%. We're gonna hit OK. Elevator. That is elevator. Aileron. %. Hit OK. Now we're going to do the 75%. So here you're going to put a lower rate. So when your switch is down, you're now at 75 and the Expo is 25. What this does is give you a little lower rate. I don't use this, folks, but I'm just showing you basically how to set it up. To me, it's like getting under a basketball. If you're trying to spin it on your finger, you need a little more rate to control it, and then I would slow it down with exponential. So we're going to go ahead and get into that. So let's see, you got to do that on the elevator too. Again, we're at 25 here. Oop. Touchscreen, you know. And then you're at 75. Hit OK. And then now you're out of it. You've got 75% on the bottom, and then 100 and 100, 25% Expo on each. So there you go. The rudder, I'm just going to go ahead and leave it alone at 100, and we'll go ahead and put some Expo on the rudder. You don't need a dual rate on the rudder, you guys. You need to have authority on that. So here's some Expo that they recommend. 25. It's a little higher than I run, but you can tune it. Okay, so now we're going to go back, and the next thing you're looking at is your timer. So let's get out of here. Timer. I'm going to do something trick here. We're going to put this on your hold switch. So 5 minutes, the helicopter fly 5 minutes, no problem. Instead of throttle out, let's do hold switch. Hold switch is switch H, right? So here we go. Switch H, and then we're going to go ahead and put it here. So, wait, actually, I take that back. Put it here. That way, the timer's on now, and then it's off there, and it's on there. So back. I'll show you this basically with the timer first here. So now if I hit hold, the timer stops. So now that you're a rookie and you're beginning, or you're just a guy getting back into helicopters, you can spend your time basically flying, and then when you land, hit hold, of course, so the helicopter's safe and your timer will stop. So that's kind of cool. That's the way I do it. Excuse me. And so anyway, that's your timer there. So let's go on to the next thing. We're going to try to bust this out real fast here. Let's go into throttle curve. This is one that I question, you guys. If we do this stuff every day, I'm gonna go ahead and put this in normal mode right now. We want a 0 at the bottom so that we can land and leave it in normal mode and be in safe mode and all, but we're gonna change all these numbers to 55. Not the last one says 100, and if you ask me, I don't know why, so don't do that. Let's just put 55 here. You can put 100, but it's basically, it's got a governor, so if it's at 55% across the board, the motor doesn't have to fluctuate at all if you tend to juice the stick all the way up to full throttle. So let's go 55, hit OK. So now we're going to the next stunt mode. You can see here I'm in stunt mode. They suggest throttle curve 75% across the board. 75%. Come on, touchscreen. Let's go. Okay. Bring this one up. And then this one up. Oop. Kind of wish we could just do all these at once. That'd be sort of nice. I don't know how to do that, so we'll do it this way. Then we're going to go into stunt 2, and stunt 2 here they're calling for 90%, so let's go 90. Oop. People ask me for a setup and a SIM card and all. This is the way I do it, you guys. I'm old school. You manually enter your stuff so you know your helicopter. If you just put an SD card in it, you're never going to learn anything. So this basically teaches you how to set up a helicopter. Let's go into 90 here. Oop, I missed one. While my wife works and I get home early, I get to play with helicopters, so I'm getting pretty good at setting stuff up. It's been 22 years. I'm going to do some of these setup videos just to help everybody. We're going to do some flying stuff too, some basic maneuvers and things coming up here soon. I gotta hit OK there. Okay. So there's 2, 1, and normal. All right here. So now we're gonna go to pitch curve. All we're doing is reading it like a book, everybody. So this first one here, normal mode. Normal mode. You want a little bit of pitch down at the bottom so that you're not gonna so that it's light on its feet for you beginners. You don't want to slam it in the ground with a bunch of negative pitch, essentially. So when we take off, we're gonna use it like this. So they suggest 40, 50, and then why 60? Because center stick is normally 50, because it has low head speed, so you need more pitch to fly it. So that's why. So there you go. There's our little pitch curve here, and then hold mode and stunt mode and hold all needs to be the same. I don't know why our hold mode is at 40. Again, to me it should be linear, because if you're having a problem you can turn it off basically and use the pitch to hold it down. So on a bigger helicopter, get used to using 0 pitch on that so you can auto rotate. So I would make that number 0, 25, 50, 75, 100. And see here, there's still some more to go. Let's do mixing now. This one gets fun. Hopefully I don't have to pull out my other radio to figure this out. We're gonna go channel the first one is what is this one? Panic mode, PMix 1. So here's PMix, it's inhibited right now. PMix 1. We're gonna go normal, and then you're gonna say you want channel I to gear. Channel I to gear, and then the rate here is 0, negative 0, and then negative 125. Hit OK, and then the offset here is 100. This is so you can bail out. hit OK, and then the switch here is I. Right, switch I. And you got to pick the position, which is 1. Okay, this is going to all be the same on a DX, the other DX radios. It's just not a touchscreen. It's the only difference. You don't need the Gucci touchscreen. It's actually probably faster with the DX9. So the next one here is going to be your cyclic to throttle mixing. So here's cyclic to throttle, and then you've got these numbers to put in here. So you got 20. Oops. 20. 20. 20. Okay, and then here's some more. 20. I have no idea what this does, so don't ask. Just enter it because the engineers are telling you to, essentially. So do that. And then here's some more. 20, or this is actually 0 on those ones, so we're gonna hit OK. And there you go. So then we're gonna put switch I here too. It says switch, and then you're gonna put I. So this must roll it over or something. So here's I, and then you're gonna put the both of them, light them up, 1 and 2. So anyway, that is how you program your new helicopter. Join me in the next video. This one's getting too long. Subscribe if you like this. Video 2 is going to be binding it.